So I'd like to welcome Casey Elisha, author of Love Thy Throw, the book, and creator of Love Thy Throw, the musical. I'm here talking with you to celebrate Black History Month because I feel like you can contribute something to the discussion surrounding Black History Month, and you're doing amazing things in the Black community in London.
Thank you. No, thank you for having me, for real.
You are. So let's start by you as well. Just add into that. Is there anything else that you do outside of Love Thy Throw, the book, and the musical that you'd want to let us know?
Yeah, so that's the main thing. I also do work with Slider Cuts.
Okay,
and
cool.
I also do a bit of tour management. So I work within the music industry a little bit as well. So I'm an assistant tour manager to Koji Radical and Little Sims, working with Nisi. So that's super fun. And I'm doing a couple other things with a couple other artists at the moment as well. So I'm stretched.
I was just about to say, how did you fit that all in?
I just make it work. Yeah, I make it work. I sacrifice sleep, a bit of sanity.
Yeah.
But
and social life.
Yeah. But they're all things that I want to do and that I'm passionate about. So yeah.
And the Slider Cuts side of things, what's your role in that?
So I'm his exec assistant.
Oh my goodness.
So, yeah.
Wow. Definitely talented. You are stretched, but you're handling it well.
Yeah,
you're working with it.
For now, yeah.
But the main reason I've brought you on is because I actually met you first at the Shades of Beauty Live 2019. We were on the same panel, and when I heard you talk about what you was doing with Love Thy Throw and creating a musical out of the book, I thought it was amazing. Just because I love theatre, and I do feel like a lot of the people in Afro-Caribbean community in London don't really go theatre as much as our white counterparts, I would say. But it's just not as a common thing. It's not like as normalised. People think it's really expensive, or for like middle class people, which I don't really know why they think that. I guess it's just like an old kind of way of conditioned thinking that it's for middle class white people, but it's not. And theatre tickets aren't even that expensive.
Yeah, you can get some really good deals out there.
You can, and watch some great shows. So I was inspired by that. That's why I thought I'd reach out to you. So let's go into why you actually initially created the book. What made you think, I'm going to write this book?
Love Thy Throw was so random. Everyone always asks me what happened, and I'm like, I don't know. It just came to me. I remember like writing. I was doing a bit of songwriting at the time, and I had writer's block, and I was like, let me just write a little poem. And that poem became Love Thy Throw. But I just sat on it, and then one of my good friends was like, you just need to put it out, because I was like, I do want to put out a kid's book. She was like, just do it. And this was in August. It was Carnival weekend, August 2015, and the book was out by December. And I was literally like, do you know what, I'm just going to try it and see what happens. And in the process, I was like, do you know what, this is actually a letter to my younger self as well, because I didn't like my hair, and I didn't like being me growing up. And I was like, if I have kids and I put this out, they'll be able to see themselves in books, and they will have some sort of inspiration. And I was like, yeah, let me do it. Put it out. The book sold out. I didn't do like a huge run, because I thought I was just going to be a little project. But it was so well received, and I started to realize, right, there's actually a gap in the market, and there's not a lot of books out there for children that look like me and you. So I was like, okay, cool, let me just keep pushing with this and see what happens. And now it's a show.
Wow.
So it's been good.
So that was back in 2015.
Yeah.
And how was that process? So initially you've created this book. How was the book making process as well?
It
was it hard? What was the main struggles?
I was like, you know what, I'm just, because I thought it was going to be a project, I was like, I'm going to self-publish, put it out myself, I'll do everything myself, let me just do some research and see what happens. So the process itself is simple, but it was long, because obviously I was figuring it out. So I was figuring it out with my illustrator. So even things like, I think the most difficult thing was the formatting. So she did all the formatting, but there was a lot of going back and forth with the printers, because it had to be a particular way, and you had to get your bleed right. There had to be a certain amount of pages, and then there need to be a certain amount of blank pages and stuff like that. So that was the longest part. But outside of that, it was pretty straightforward. Like, I literally was like, okay, cool, I want to create a book. How do you create a book?
Yeah, because that's what I'm thinking. Like, okay, how do you do it?
You literally, if you're going to do it yourself, literally just think of the steps of, okay, a book. It's got paper, it's got pages, cool. It's got words, it's got pictures. So you need your words, you need your pictures. Okay, cool. You're going to need to format it in a way. Then you obviously go and get whatever help you need from a printer. I was like, let me find some local printers. Found a really local printer. I'm based in Lewisham and they were in Catford.
Okay.
So then I spoke with them. The prices were all right. And they literally guided me through that side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And once that was done and the book was there, it was like, okay, cool, let me set a price. I just was like, what's a nice little price? All right, cool, I'm going to start at a $5. And so I ran with that and then set up my big cartel and just went from there. And then I've kind of learned more along the way about,
of course, it's a learning process. Yeah. So with the cartel, was that online that you set it up for people to purchase it online?
Yes.
And it received
do you know
well.
what I did so I had my big cartel, but then I did like a little launch, and I wrote like this little letter to all my family and friends.
That is lovely.
I've been working on this and I'd love it if you'd come out and support me. And they all came, but then a whole bunch of people I didn't know came. Like the word just spread and it literally sold out there.
Wow.
And I was like, all right. So I had to get some more books. Then I put like a pre-order online. They went and I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna have to look into this a bit more. And then just started selling online and at like trade shows and stuff. So
wow.
Yeah.
So is it still available online? How can people buy it now?
So CANTU.com.
Okay. That's the website.
Mm-hmm.
So perfect. Is it sold anywhere else?
You can. So there's a lady called Samantha who has a business called This Is Book Love, and she goes to different events and she goes to different offices sometimes as well, in schools and book fairs. So she sells the book as well.
Nice. So, nice. So now we've created this book. It's done amazing. What then triggered your thought to think, okay, I'm now going to make this into a theatre play?
So I grew up doing musical theatre.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I love that.
I actually grew up doing musical theatre for years, and I grew up doing it at Theatre Peckham when it was called New Peckham Varieties. Mm-hmm. So we went to one of the Christmas shows a few years back, and I was with the guys who also went to the theatre with me. And we've always kind of been like, oh, we should do something. Oh, we need to come back together and do something. And I was like, let's just make this into a play. Like, let's do it. And everyone was like, yep, down, let's do it. Cool. And I was like, okay, but I don't have money. So no one's getting paid. And they were like, no, it's calm, let's do it. So we did it. Mm-hmm. We tried to get Arts Council funding. That didn't come through. And I was like, damn, like, how are we going to do it? Because it's not cheap. And then we crowdfunded, got a bit of money through that. Then we managed to get commercial sponsorship from ORS, which helped a lot as well. Yeah. And then literally, I've got the mindset, if I want to do something and I want to make it work, we're gonna find a way to make it work. Yes. So I was like, even if I end up going into my own pocket, like it's gonna happen. And it just kind of worked out. Did really well, sold out.
So who was a part of the initial team?
So the initial writing team, so we started writing in January last year. Mm-hmm. And there were 7 of us. It was me and then 6 people. So we had Stephen, Malachi, Ron, JJ, Terry and Dijon. And it was really weird because I was like, this is actually about a little girl and I'm in a room full of guys. But they were the ones that I knew I could work with really well to kind of develop a really good story. So we were in the writers' room for a few months. Just like throwing out ideas. We'll be in the theatre like Sunday evenings, just throwing out ideas and figuring it out. And then we finally got our story and finally started writing it down. And then we were like, okay, cool. Let's call in everyone else. I think this is about May. We called in everyone else that we grew up in the theatre with and was like, right, if you want to get involved, get involved. Let's have a table read and let's see how we can now develop this. And then that's when we grew the team even more. So now we've got about 4 people in our core team. Me, Stephen, Malachi and Ron. And then we had the wider team who helped with like the costume and the wardrobe and
because there's a lot to it.
Yeah.
There is a lot to it. So the play, is it a direct kind of reflection of the book? You created the storyline, and how was that? Did you have anything in mind beforehand of how you wanted it to kind of play out as a play?
No, because I was like, the book's so simple.
Yeah.
It literally goes through her wash day. Yeah. And getting her hair done. So I was like, how are we going to make this
make this into a story? Yeah.
And there's so many different stories to tell around that and around a young girl's experience with her hair. So we had loads of ideas that we're throwing out, literally just brainstorming, and then we settled on this one where she yeah, she doesn't like her hair, and we decided it's gonna be school picture day, so she doesn't like her hair, and she needs to get it sorted for school picture day. And she's trying to strive to be like this girl in an advert, because obviously in this day and age, you've got social
so
media.
Relatable.
Exactly, you got social media, you've got these adverts, and kids are always trying to be like these other people. So like she was trying to get that girl's hairstyle, and her dad's trying to get her to love herself, essentially. So in this process, she ends up being transported back to the 1970s.
Oh my goodness.
And that's where she kind of discovers herself by meeting someone that she realizes she actually knows already. And then she comes back and she loves her hair and stuff. So
that's a great storyline.
Yeah, it's fun.
Do you know what's crazy? So I met you at Shades of Beauty Live, and so I went home to my mum. And I was like, yeah, I had a great time. It was such a good panel. I met this person. I met this lady. I met Casey. And then I was like, I was talking about the fact that I wanted to get you on and I wanted to chat with you for Black History Month. And she was like, Mazik, do you not remember your little sister won tickets to that play last year?
Oh my gosh.
And 2 pins just dropped. And I was like, oh my goodness. So my little sister Milan.
Oh my gosh, yes. This is now ringing a bell. That's so crazy. Look at how the way, oh my gosh.
I was like, oh my God. And I went on her Instagram and I saw it. I was like, I remember this.
Oh
so she's seen it. My mum's seen it. I think my dad went. I don't know if he went or my nan. One of them went. Yeah. So they've all seen the play and they know everything about your play. I'm the only one that's like fascinated first. Got my first impression. Like, I have to see it. They're like, I've seen it already, but they're like, I would happily go see it again. And I was like, yes, can we go see it again? I mean, I'm gonna interview her. I thought it's incredible, but it's just a small world.
It is such a small world.
And what I can say is, like, as someone to say like firsthand, my little sister loved the play, my mum loved the play, and they thought it was incredible. So that enough for me was like, yeah, this play really is something. They loved it, and my mum said she would happily see it again, see it over and over again. So to put that out there for anyone listening, go and see this play and read the book, of course, both. But my own family, my mum and my sister, have said that it is great.
See, because last year so many people were coming up like, oh my gosh, it's so good. And I'm like, yeah, but you guys are my friends. Like, you're my family. Like, do you really think that? But then people were coming up like, no, this is really, really good. Or like, someone's like, yeah, I've heard about it somewhere. We had so many people like, we need tickets. Like, it's sold out. What's happening? Can you do anything for me? And I'm like, there's no more seats.
There's no more seats. I can't mean to just like create new seats. Like,
it's like, I'm sorry. Like, there's nothing. So that's why we were like, we really wanted to bring it back. And kind of develop it more.
So it's last year when you first actually created the play and it went live for people to actually attend. So this is the second year that it's now running. When does it run? Is it during October each year?
No, so obviously we did it last year, it this year. Don't know what will happen next year.
Okay, you're just going with however it goes. Yeah,
we're just kind of going with the flow, because I know in the long term I want to get to like a national theatre stage.
Of course, yeah.
That's like my goal, and then I want to get on the big screen. Like, I want it to be a film as well.
Yes.
Like, I really just want to spread the message, you know what I mean, and provide inspiration as well, because outside of the message, for a young black girl or a young black boy, just seeing black girls and black boys on a stage, on a screen, they can be like, rah, I can do that. I can grow up to be that. And that's part of the bigger picture. I want to be able to provide that kind of empowerment and inspiration for them as well.
Definitely. Yeah. We've talked about how great it is. We've talked about the success of the book and the theatre play. But what would you say has been like the most challenging time throughout this whole process? All the way back in, was it 2015, where you first had the idea to start this book? What has been most challenging for you?
What has been most challenging? I think financially with everything. So for me, I don't really do stuff for money. I do stuff because I just want to do it. And I know in this day and age you can't really move like that. But I'll just be like, I don't really mind if I take a loss, like, because I just want to do it. I want to be able to say I've done it. And I think with my book, sometimes that's been a bad thing, because I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just do this or I just do that, or do you know what, I don't mind in it, like I don't mind the loss. And with the production as well, it's been difficult, and I think all of us in like the core team, we're kind of like, you know, we'll just cover this or we'll cover that. Malachi does it a lot, and I'm like, I want you guys to start seeing this is a business now.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's nice that you say you're going to cover something, but no, let's find the budget for it. And if there's no budget, let's just not do it, because you need to start making money if we're actually going to, you know, have some longevity with this. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's been difficult. And then with the first round where we had no funding, this year we have Arts Council funding, which is great. It's not everything we need and it's still tight, but it's better than last year because we didn't have that. So that was difficult as well. But we move.
Yeah, you've definitely got to keep moving. Even getting the funding from the Arts Council, when you kind of proposed the idea to them, what was like their response? Was it difficult? With the message in the play and what it's about, do you find that makes it harder at all?
Does that make it harder?
Like, be honest. If it hasn't, then it hasn't. But have you found that it's made it harder for you or not?
I don't think it's made it harder. I think with Arts Council, it's just the fact that there's so many people going for this same pot of money.
Yeah.
And their application forms are so long.
Yeah.
So long. And they all have word counts. So you have to sell everything with this word count. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fact that I know that Arts Council want to kind of support projects like this.
Great.
Because there aren't loads of things out there.
Oh, that's
you just
great.
have to be able to sell it the right way, which is hard. Like, I had so many people look over our application. It's like 21 pages, something crazy like that. Yeah, it's long. It's so long. You have to put your budget in there. You just have to give just like your own personal CV, like a CV of everyone else that's involved, like how many people you think it's going to reach, how many people you think it's going to impact, the sort of return you think you can get. Like, it's so long and detailed. But so when we got it, I literally cried. I literally cried.
Yeah, no, completely. So when you first actually came up with the idea for the book, had you known something like this to have been done before, or was it kind of just solely your own, based on your own personal experiences?
My personal experiences, literally.
Yeah.
With the book, growing up, I didn't see books with black characters at all. Like, I can't think of any offhead. So I was like, yeah, I need to do something fresh. I didn't see any books about hair, so I was like, I want to kind of do that. And then with the theatre show, I was like, I haven't seen anything like this either. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? There's been shows that have kids, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But there's been nothing with black kids. And
with
this
that
is the
particular message as well.
With that message, yeah. And this is the first year we've had an all black cast. Last year we didn't. But this year it just so happened to work out that we do, which I think is a statement in itself as well.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
And obviously I've got you down in light of Black History Month. What are your thoughts on Black History Month? Because as the years go by, you know, times change, and I guess things become a bit different with time. Some people feel like Black History Month isn't needed as much. Some people feel like it is needed. Some people don't like how the media and how things play out during that month. They might find it patronizing. What is your kind of take on Black History Month for you personally?
Personally, I like the fact that we have a month of celebration.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? About who we are, and we get that spotlight, because if we didn't have it, would we get the spotlight throughout the year? Do you know what I mean? Like, I know people have fought to have Black history properly embedded into the curriculum at schools. Yeah. Has that happened yet? Do you know what I mean? Like, this is our chance on our time of the year. Not to say that it shouldn't happen throughout the rest of the year, but this is the time that we have to do that, and we can do that unapologetically. So let's take it. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
I'm here for it.
Definitely. Yeah. So when can we catch this theatre play? Where can we get tickets? What are all the details? Because I know if I was listening at home, I'd be just like wiggling in my seat. Like, all right, I want to go watch it. All right, yeah, give me the details. Let me get the book. All right, come on, give it to me.
So the show is playing at Theatre Peckham the 17th, 18th, 24th, 25th and 26th of October. The 18th is already sold out. Wow. So we just have the rest of the dates available, but all tickets are available at lovethyfro.com.
Yeah. And the Instagram as well.
And the Instagram, yes, Instagram, Twitter at LTF Musical. Yeah, and we're sponsored by, obviously we have Arts Council back in, we're sponsored by Slider Cuts, and we're sponsored by Treasure Tress.
Amazing.
Which is sick. So yeah.
Amazing. And your socials as well.
Oh my gosh, yeah, my socials.
Yeah, so we can keep up with you.
Instagram and Twitter at KCElisha_. On both, yeah.
Great stuff. Thank you so much for joining me, Casey. It's been a pleasure.